Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today, we've talked about the Mopar package that Mopar put on for several of their automobiles, especially parking back in 2010 when they built this particular vehicle, which is the Mopar 10 Challenger Edition. They followed that up with the Mopar 11, which came out on the Charger platform, then followed up by the Mopar 12, which came out on the Chrysler 300 platform. And that was followed up to present day, which is 2013, and that is the Mopar A13 Dodge Dart. Now, all these vehicles came with special paint, special striping, a lot of Mopar badging, and Mopar, by the way, is the parts group that is inside of Chrysler Corporation, builds all the parts and whatnot, especially the performance side of it as well. Now, a lot of this stuff was never been done before, Mopar branding one of their vehicles. Well, they're already talking about the Mopar 14, and apparently it's come full circle as this picture hit the interwebs over the past couple of days, which shows off that this vehicle will be shown off at the SEMA show in November of 2013 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, again, the vehicle's come full circle as it looks like it is a Challenger again, but the black paint is gone. Might be white. We'll wait and see what comes of this. And on my end, they only built it out of the RT version of the Challenger before. I hope they make it out of the SRT version with the big Hemi in it. That's what I'm hoping for. Coming soon. We'll keep you abreast of this when it comes out. Next up on the list, this is the picture of the German touring car, or DTM series, championship winning automobile driven by Mike Rockefeller. You may know the name Mike Rockefeller, especially from his many Le Mans prototype races that he's done, especially the 24 Hours of Le Mans and other Le Mans racing series around the world. Well, Mr. Rockefeller won the championship this year in this particular automobile for Audi. And in much the same way as when BMW won the championship last year and they built a special edition model, guess what? Audi's going to do the same. This is it. This is the Audi A5 DTM Championship Edition. Now, this particular vehicle gets a number of specific parts and pieces, including these 20-inch wheels. Also comes with aluminum coverings over the mirrors. Also comes with this fixed, painted rear wing on the back of the automobile. And it comes with a number of different striping packages as far as this one that goes over the rocker panels, which shows the DTM Championship 2013. Now, the particular package comes in only 3 different colors. You can get it in a Misano red, you can get it in a Daytona gray, or a Glacier white. Now, the vehicle's only going to be built, they're only going to be building 300 of these units. And out of that 300 units, you can get 4 different engine options for this particular automobile. You can get a 2-liter TDI. Yep, that's right. You can get this in a diesel version, or a 3-liter TDI, which is again a diesel. The 2-liter TDI makes 177 brake horsepower, and the 3-liter makes 245 brake horsepower. There's a couple of gasoline variants, so the 2-liter TFSI and a 3-liter TFSI. The 2-liter making 225 brake horsepower, and the 3-liter making 272 brake horsepower. Now, this vehicle will be going on sale on October 21st of 2013, which is not too very far along at all. So this vehicle will be going on sale, it'll be on sale by the time this video is out and about. The pricing for this particular package is 1,900 euros, or 2,600 US dollars. Like I said, only 300 of these are going to be built, and all of them are going to be sold in the European market. Now let's get down to the weird part about this. That engine option. Why didn't they build this out of the S5 or the RS5, the hot rod versions? Seems a little bit strange to me, but nonetheless, if only 300 are going to be built, I'm sure there's 300 DTM race fans who would love to have this automobile. Next up on the list, this picture actually hit the interwebs, got the whole interwebs all abuzz with this particular model. It's the Lamborghini Veneno, and we saw the Veneno concept when we showed off earlier this year. They were only going to build 4 of those units, and all 4 of those have already been sold. Well, apparently another 4 are going to be built, like this particular model, in Rosso Red, and they're going to be convertible versions. Now, nobody really knows for 100% if this is real or not, but we'll wait and see. We do know that Lamborghini's already talked about pricing on this thing. Yep, you better be sitting down for this. 3.3 million pounds, or 5.3 million US dollars. Yeah, that's pretty expensive. That's big expensive, especially for something this big, ugly. Not a big fan of this particular automobile, but if they're going to only build 4 of them, all 4 of them will get sold quite easily. Next up on the list, we talked about the Chevrolet Corvette in the past shows, about it being somewhat of a waiting list. Well, if you want the Z51 package, which gives you a lot of track day goodness, good stuff to this automobile, well, guess what? Now the wait's a year for this particular automobile. I don't see any end in sight, at least not for at least a year or so. This actual demand for this vehicle seems to continue to grow, especially with the amount of buzz that this thing gets. Anybody who gets their hands on it just raves about how great this particular car is, and that it's a leap forward over the C6 Corvette. So we'll wait and see what comes of this in the future. Last up on the list, well, we've done lots of stuff with Elon Musk over this year, as the company has done quite well. Until that whole fire thing and the weird thing that he said about the whole fire issue, which he kind of went at it wrong, that we talked about in one of the last shows. Well, apparently Mr. Musk can't keep quiet about this, as he's come out again about the fire issue and said that the firefighters actually fought it wrong. They didn't use dry chemicals, which he said was the right move. They did use liquid to try to extinguish the fire. But he claimed that they were actually puncturing holes in the battery to try to get to where the fire was, which I thought was really, really strange. Never heard of such a situation before. But me not being a firefighter, didn't question it too much till I talked to a couple of firefighters when they came and said, absolutely not. There is no protocol which should ever say that you would puncture holes in any type of vehicle, no matter if it's electric or not, because the vehicle is full of flammable fluids that could increase the fire or cause an explosion. So I think Mr. Musk may be way off base when he's barking about how much damage was done to this particular automobile, but we'll wait and see what comes of this in the future. On the lighter note of Elon Musk, well, apparently he's made a new acquisition. When we talked about this car in the past, it's this vehicle right here, yes, the submarine version of the Lotus Esprit that was run in one of the Bond films back in the day. This vehicle was coming up on the auction block, and apparently Mr. Musk got the winning bid. Guess what he paid for this automobile? $866,000 US dollars. That's quite pricey. That was way more than I thought this car would actually go for. It's probably more than even the owner thought it would go for, but tell you what, this is a cool piece of kit and would make anybody's automotive collection quite a cool piece of conversation. Apparently it's going to be going to Mr. Musk. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this week's Motor Cars Enthusiast. If you want to jump on over to the Facebook page, the link's down in the show notes. Also, if you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.